And good morning and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. It is Tuesday, April the 2nd.
Woo, it is Tuesday. It is April the 2nd, first of the month.
I'm Kim Best.
Oh, I'm Wayne Alley, and I hope you're doing well today. It is indeed Tuesday. Good morning to you there.
That's right.
Kim, who's on today's program?
On today's show, we have someone coming in to talk with us about solid waste here in our community.
Yeah, that's Jeff Sparrow with he is the code enforcement officer, and Jeff is going to bring some great information. Wait till you hear about everything he has to offer. And if you are a person who is trying to find a place to hide your trash, we can tell you where to put it.
We also have Paige Lerner in. She's coming to talk about Crime Stoppers and how you can help our community. And we have Betsy Rosemann in, who is the Director of Travel and Tourism, to tell us all the many, and there are many, activities happening in the month of April in our community. I cannot believe it when she comes in and tells us all these things that are, we know there's a lot happening. Yeah. But my goodness, when she comes, it's a long list.
And would you believe I still hear from some people, you know, there's just nothing to do here. Oh.
Well, they're not listening and they're not looking because there's plenty to do. And April, or spring anyway, is extremely busy month.
Maybe there's things that you don't want to do.
But there's such a wide variety of things to do. There really are a wide variety.
Get a life.
Well, and we're going to give you some opportunities to listen to Betsy.
That's right. All right, it's April 2nd. Let's see. Now, if you're having a birthday today, you're sharing that birthday with the late Marvin Gaye.
Aw.
Everybody loves Marvin Gaye.
Gosh, he had some great songs.
I'm telling you, tragically shot down. And that was a sad story. I remember the day it happened and where I was. Emmylou Harris having a birthday. She's 65 today. Went to UNC, or spent some time in Greensboro for a short while. It's a long time ago. But she's 65 today. Bethany Joy Lenz is 31 today. She is an actress best known to audience as Haley James Scott on the long-running series One Tree Hill.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Shot down in Wilmington.
Right down in Wilmington.
Birthday for Christopher Maloney. He's one of my favorite actors because he is on the TV show Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. He's 51 today. He plays Elliot Stabler, you know.
Oh, yes.
A birthday today for Goldsboro's very own Carl Castle. Carl Castle of NPR fame. He does the show Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Carl is 78 today, and from time to time he visits the Goldsboro area, but he's 78 today. And quite the celebrity he is. People all around the world know Carl Castle, 78 years today. It's also a birth anniversary for Jack Webb, another one of my favorites. He was born this day, 1920, went on to star and produce and create shows such as Dragnet and Adam 12 and so many of those types of great programs, and was actually honored by the LAPD and made an honorary police officer when he passed away. A birthday today also, an anniversary for Buddy Ebsen.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy Ebsen.
And he was from the Beverly Hillbillies.
And a bunch of other stuff. I remember Buddy Ebsen from when he played George, I can't remember his last name, George Russell, on Disney's Davy Crockett back in 1953.
Oh, okay.
He was Davy Crockett's sidekick on the TV series. But he also went on to do so many other things. But he'd been in acting, and he was a dancer for many, many years.
Really? I did not know he was a dancer.
And that brings you, oh, he was great. Oh, he was a hoofer, as they call him back then. But yeah, he was quite the dancer. But that brings us to our trivia question for today. Buddy Ebsen is the topic of today's question. Buddy Ebsen was picked to play a particular part in a particular movie that became very famous. He couldn't play this particular part because he was allergic to the makeup.
Really?
Strange makeup. What was the movie that he could not? In fact, he reacted to the point he got very sick, and he had to pick somebody else to play that special part. But name the movie. Buddy Ebsen tried to, and he won the part. It was his.
Right.
Tried to play and couldn't play because he was allergic to the makeup. What was the movie?
We'll tell you later. I used to love the Beverly Hillbillies.
I know.
So much fun.
Hilarious.
So much fun. Well, this Friday actually is First Friday at the Arts Council of Wayne County. It starts at 5 p.m. We want to see you there. That's at 102 North John Street. Looking for something fun and relaxing to start off your weekend? Well, stop by for some refreshments. See our latest exhibits, meet local artists, and watch them at work. Try your hand at an art project, enjoy some live music performed by local musicians. That's all at the Arts Council this Friday night, 5 o'clock, 5 to 8. Be there.
That's right, or be square.
That's right, the first Friday in each month.
Or be a trapezoid. It could happen. Or parallelogram.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Wayne County Humane Society, they're having a meeting this Friday, April 5th at 6:30 p.m. at the Wayne County Public Library in the Will Auditorium. Let's see. So of course, that's at the library on Ash Street. Wayne County Humane Society meeting. If you're interested in participating in their meetings, just show up, 6:30 p.m.
Be there or be triangular. Hey. At the Peggy M. Seegers Senior Center, coming up April 10th at 10:30. Ethel Barnes will be there. She is the Public Affairs Specialist for the Social Security Administration. She'll give a slide presentation about all the Social Security programs, programs entitlement and eligibility, which will include retirement, disability, survivor, supplemental security income, SSI, Medicare entitlement, and extra help for prescription drug plans, including how to create a Social Security online account. Needless to say, anything you wanted to know about Social Security will be covered. Question and answer period will follow. You do not have to be 60 years or older to attend.
That's good to know.
All people are asked to attend if they want to attend. Registration is not required. Just be there at 10:30, April 10th, at the Seegers Senior Center on East Ash Street, Goldsboro, and brought to you by the Wayne County Services on Aging. And if you have any questions, call Aaron. Aaron's number is 705 something, 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 something. Here it is, 705-1785.
And you said all of that without getting tongue-tied. Every time I say the name of that place, it just blah, 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 blah.
It just what?
It just goes blah, 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 blah.
That was pretty good. Wish I could do that.
All right, let's see. There's a statewide star party. It's called Canoe the Milky Way.
The what?
I don't know.
Canoe the Milky Way.
Canoe the Milky Way. Well, let's see what this is all about.
Yeah.
It's this Friday, April 5th at 7:30 p.m. at Cliffs of the Noose State Park on the lake. It says, join us for a special 2013 North Carolina Science Festival. It's a kickoff party event. Looking for an amazing way to learn about the night sky? Come paddle the park lake just after sunset. Gaze up into the stars as we share the constellation stories while floating in the dark. Park rangers will provide canoe instructions and life vest with glow sticks. Reservations are required. You can call 778-6234. Well, isn't that neat?
That is neat.
Canoe the Milky Way at the Cliffs of the Noose this Friday night. That is neat.
So you'll be out of the light contamination. It'll be real dark, and the sky will be clear.
You and your glow stick in your canoe? Did you not hear that?
Yeah, that just, that's weird.
That's this Friday night. Give them a call and get your reservations in if you want to attend.
Okay.
Like we said, there's something for everyone.
Okay.
So many things to do.
Riverhead, New York.
Yes.
Riverhead, New York. Story out of Riverhead from AP. No Bronx cheers in one New York town. Now, the Riverhead Town Board is allowing booing, but only if done politely. Now,
so you can boo, but you can't cheer?
You can boo, but you can't Bronx cheer.
Oh,
that's
a Bronx cheer.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Bronx cheer. You can't do that. The board voted earlier this month to banish all boos at their meetings, but now the board has nixed the boo ban. Newsday reports, boo, not boo. Newsday reports the Long Island Town Board has decided to keep a prohibition against disruptive behavior. So no Bronx cheers, but you can boo politely. No word though on how to boo without being disruptive.
There you go.
I find that to be rather typical.
There you go.
Anyway.
Well, I believe it might be time to go to our first interview today, which is, let's see, where are we? The solid waste interview and Crime Stoppers. Up next.
Today we're talking with Jeff Sparrow, who is the Code Enforcement Officer in charge of Code Enforcement and Recycling for the Wayne County Solid Waste Department. And Jeff, I appreciate you being with us. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. What do you do? What is a Code Enforcement Officer? What do you do?
I do trash enforcement for the county, and basically I enforce the ordinances for Wayne County solid waste that pertain to solid waste laws.
Okay. So that means if somebody is illegally dumping trash, or somebody makes a mistake and throws something out, I'm not talking about litter, I'm talking about throwing trash out.
Yes, sir.
Then that comes under your department, right?
That's correct. Yes,
and
sir.
you actually go after these people.
That's right.
All right. And what do you do with them?
Well, I fine them. Usually we try to stick with civil fines because that's a direct revenue for the county. But
Right.
it's also an easier punishment on people who, generally people tend to respond positively to my coming to their house and notifying that they are in violation of a county ordinance. So civil fines usually get people's attention
Faster than making them go back out there to clean it up, right?
well. I make them do that too.
Oh, good for you.
That's the thing. As long as they're out there
good.
cleaning it up, we may not even fine them as long as they're being compliant.
Right. And
you know,
cooperative.
That's correct.
All right. All right, that's good. That's good. Do we have a problem with that here in the county? Is there a lot of that?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
Really?
sir. Well, people still like to utilize the open dumps and the back road holes, and they'll go in there and they'll just drop their stuff right off.
So if there's a big empty lot somewhere and it's all covered in trees and everything, and there's an old road, dirt path that leads back there to it, that's an open invitation to dump.
Yes, sir.
To dump unwanted trash, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
But why would they do that when it's so much easier to take it either to the landfill or take it to a convenience center? Why do people do that?
Well, I've had many reasons.
I'm sure you have.
The landfill charges a fee to dump if you don't recycle. So a lot of times I hear, I just didn't have the money to pay to dump it. But if you take the time to recycle, it's free. So, really, I don't take a lot of excuses as far as illegal dumping goes. So.
Well, there's a good reason for all this. First of all, you need to be recycling.
Correct. Yes,
because recycling in many ways brings revenue back into the county. How does that work?
Well, what happens is when the people recycle, we collect and we take it to a processor, and that process, we actually use Wayne Opportunity locally, and they take it to a processor, and the processor pays them, and then we collect the revenue from Wayne Opportunity. It's more like a shared revenue between us and Wayne Opportunity, but that's a great program, by the way.
Oh, yes, it is.
But it's more like a shared revenue, and so it kind of helps fund our recycling efforts out at the landfill. So.
And by selling these recyclable products and bringing revenue back into the county, this helps to keep the tax rate lower.
Yes, sir, and the tipping fee.
And
correct.
the tipping fee lower as well.
Yes, sir.
So we have around the county, you mentioned the recycling centers, or we have, I believe you said 13.
13, yes, sir.
Convenience centers around the county.
Yes, sir.
And they're clean, and they're easy to follow.
Yes, sir.
You have designated areas to drop off plastics. You have, there's signage that shows to put the 1s and 2s here, or the 1s and 7s here, or whatever.
Correct.
And the other ones over here. You have signage for to put the paper in, to put the cans, and then on the other side, I was out at Mitchell Road this morning. I noticed that how clean it was and how easy it is to follow directions. You put appliances here, you put furniture here, anything that's discarded that can be recycled, you can take to the convenience centers, including motor oil.
Yes, sir, and vegetable oils,
and
cooking oils or whatever. We have a lot of great programs, and some that aren't even mandatory. We like to think that we try to stay ahead of the curve. When we hear something coming down the pipes, electronics, we jumped on that wagon long before we actually had to. Well, for one, we want to stay on top of those things, and go ahead and let our public get acclimated to those programs before they become state law, and we have to start saying you have to do it. Yeah. We have a lot of great programs like that. So.
What about paint?
Paint, yes, sir. We take paint on HHW Day, or Household Hazardous Waste Day. You can bring it out. And we'll take, if there's just a little bit left in the can, you can throw sand in it and let it harden, and then you can bring it out to dispose of it. Generally, that's for latex paints, but we do take any kind of paints or anything like any kind of chemicals on HHW Day, which will be coming up soon as well.
Right.
I think it's May 18th for Household Hazardous Waste Day.
And you mentioned the tipping fee a moment ago. I want to remind viewers that you also have twice a year, you have an Amnesty Day.
That's correct. We do. We have 2 days a year where people can bring just about anything you can imagine, except for our household hazardous waste,
Right.
the chemicals and things of that nature. You can bring those out, anything you can think of, and dump for free.
Yeah.
So, and one of those days will be coming up here in the next month.
Yeah.
So
there you go. It's you make it really convenient
Yes,
for,
sir.
for the citizens
sir.
to recycle
That's correct.
and take advantage of the landfill. And another thing I like about our landfill is that you have it fixed in such a way now that the citizens do not have to go back into the landfill area.
Correct. We do have an area out in the main part of our landfill as you come in, to where people can go up and dump things like construction debris, household trash, carpet,
Tires.
Yes, sir. And carpet and tires are two great programs we have. Carpet is one of our programs that we actually have that we're not required to have,
Right.
and we were one of the first counties in the state to jump on that wagon as well.
And I tell you, I'm constantly impressed by our solid waste department. They do such a great job, and like you say, you stay ahead of the curve
Yes, sir.
on this thing, and you have a lot of programs that are not required by the state.
Yes, sir.
But I think what's happening is when the state sees how successful these programs are here in Wayne County, they say, hey, we ought to be doing that.
Well, we were asked to actually speak at the solid waste conference, or I was asked to speak at the solid waste conference a while back for our carpet program, because we were one of the first to get on board with that. So.
All right. Well, coming up in Wayne County, we have the Litter Sweep 2013 coming up. Now, tell us about that. What's that all about?
Litter Sweep 2013 is going to be April 13th through the 27th. Of course, is put on by the North Carolina Department of Transportation, and that program is basically to help clean up our roadsides. And it's a program that's open to the public to participate. And they're strongly encouraged, especially church groups, clubs, neighborhoods, workplaces. Wayne County, we're trying to get some of our departments involved and active in that program as well. So, and I just encourage anybody that can gather up a group. Like I said, we have a church group as well that is going to be participating, that's already got 15 to 20 people ready to volunteer.
Oh, that's great.
And we'd love to have as many as we can get.
Well, you're talking about church groups, you're talking about sororities and fraternities, you're talking about scout troops.
Yes, sir.
Neighborhoods. Get your neighbors together.
That's correct.
Get the family together. Bring in Aunt Martha and Uncle Paul from Seattle and bring them over here to help with this thing here.
Yes, sir.
All right? Any group could be involved, but now if you don't have a group, you can still participate.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And our day is going to be Saturday is what we're aiming for the county to participate. Saturday the 13th. We want
April
that
13th.
April 13th,
April
correct.
13th. Okay.
Yeah, we want to make that our day to try and get as many people as we can to participate, because we feel like we're hearing our citizens respond to us about roadside litter, and we think that one of the biggest ways to reduce that is for us to be seen out there and doing what we need to do as a public.
Right.
Because if we take care of our environment, then those people who let their litter end up on the roadside will be less apt to do so, because they'll see us out there actively making a difference.
I would hope that people would pay attention like that. But now, litter doesn't fall under your department, does it?
Yes, sir.
Or does
it does and it doesn't. It depends if it's
it doesn't.
if it's identifiable litter. We don't have a roadside crew.
Right.
That's where North Carolina Department of Transportation comes in.
Right.
If it's bags of trash that we can identify possibly a perpetrator, then we would take care of that.
Well, see, Jeff, I'm no different than anyone else, and when I'm living in Wayne County as a Wayne County citizen, and I see somebody either passing through the county or even someone who lives here, and they're driving around and they throw a fast food box out the window.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy, that makes me hot.
Highway Patrol.
Highway Patrol. No. Who do you call?
Well, you can call the Highway Patrol or us at the landfill, but when you call any law enforcement to respond, you have to have things like the tag number
and all that. Description of
the vehicle, description of the person if possible.
Yeah.
So keep those things in mind when you call. Call them.
So if you call and you say, well, the car had 4 wheels, and I think it was a guy, that's not going to fly.
Right.
Okay. Don't do it. Okay. But if someone does have an issue, if they have a question or a problem, they can call you at what number?
919-689-2994.
I believe that number's on the screen right
Yes,
now.
sir.
919-689-2994. Jeff Sparrow, our code enforcement officer here in Wayne County for the solid waste landfill and in charge of recyclables.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's right.
Jeff, I appreciate it. 689-2994. Jeff Sparrow, Wayne County Solid Waste Department. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning and welcome to Crime Stoppers. With me today is Paige Leonard, coordinator for Crime Stoppers here in our community. Good morning and welcome back to the show, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you for having me again.
Always glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
Well, tell us who you have today that we need help from the public in gathering information. I know you've got a couple you'd like to share.
Yeah, I definitely want to highlight some things that have been going on. The public can definitely help us. We've been looking for a murder suspect, and we want to get the word back out there for these families. A lot of the people are familiar with a case that happened on September 7th of 2012. We actually were called to a residence, and that was at 1010 Devereaux Street here in the city limits. When the officers got there, they discovered 2 people were already deceased in the yard from very apparent gunshot wounds.
Okay.
And that was a Gary Buckham, age 47, and a Donald Mewborn, age 50. At that time, they actually had a very intensive investigation, and the investigation led them to the suspect, which is Angelo Burton, and I believe his picture is up behind us for the public to see. Angelo Burton is actually a black male. He's about 40 years old, 6'6", 280 pounds. His last known address was at 1307 East Walnut Street, and most of the people out there know him as AB. And that's his nickname.
Okay.
But another thing I wanted to point out, we've spoke about AB in the past, but he is known or notorious for wearing disguises, unusual disguises. So
Such as, do you have any examples?
it could be anything from looking for like a Dominican Republic or Jamaican the Jamaican area, or it could be as far as a female disguise. So one of the things I wanted to stress to the public is if you see somebody that looks a little odd to you that you think could be Angelo Burton in disguise, it is okay to call 911 because we have 2 murder warrants for him. And if they have a hunch or they just think it needs to be checked out, we can get officers there. You know, that is one that they can call 911 direct. They can also call me at Crime Stoppers, but 911 is also
And they'll get right
available.
on it.
Absolutely.
And they'll get the information to you as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so that is one. If you've seen this person, please call 911 or call the number to Crime Stoppers.
Actually, the second one happened on February 6th. An employee of the Friendly Check here in town, which is the business located in the 400 block of Ash Street.
Yes.
They accepted 2 checks from a female. The checks totaled the amount of $12,564. Well, a few days later, they discovered those checks were fraudulent. That female is still out in our community, and I definitely think the public can help us locate her.
Yes, absolutely. Do we have a photo for her as well?
I brought a photo for her. She should be available for the public to see as we're talking. She is actually a black female, age 20, and she's about 5'2", 145 pounds. The last address they knew her to be associated with was 507 Gully Street, which is here in Goldsboro. She has several outstanding felony warrants for those fraudulent checks, and so again, with her, you know, if they have any information as far as where they think she's at, where she might be hanging out, call me at Crime Stoppers.
And that was back in February.
Yes, that happened in February of 2013. I think I may have said 2012, I'm sorry. But that happened this year also.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you, Paige. I appreciate you coming and bringing the photos, and that is much more helpful to actually have photos of those that you are investigating and looking for. Community, we need your help once again. If you have any information on either one of these individuals, please call 911 or call Crime Stoppers. We need your help. Thanks so much for being with us, and this is what's happening in your community.
And we're back. We are indeed back, and wow, what a busy week we have this week. There's so many things going on in the Wayne County area.
There certainly is.
Cures for the Colors coming up.
That's right.
Pig in the Park coming up. The other thing coming up.
The run.
The Sunrise Kiwanis.
That's right. Greater Goldsboro Road Run.
Greater Goldsboro Road Run. All that stuff's coming up soon.
I mean to tell you.
I'm telling you, that's all on the 13th. That's a week from this Saturday. So you still have time to make plans. You don't have time to get in shape for the runs, I'm sorry.
I know you probably don't.
You know, you only have about 10 days or so.
Run that morning, eat a little barbecue that afternoon.
There you go. Or
that's right.
do the other way around. Eat the barbecue and then run it off.
Well, that's right, because there's a run in the morning and a run in the afternoon.
That's right. That's right. Don't forget the Cures for the Color run.
Is that afternoon?
One of those, well, it's a 2-day affair. One of those is a 100-mile run.
You could also do that with a partner.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, you could also do it with a Ford, you know. But you don't want to do that. That wouldn't be fun.
This Saturday, looking something to do at the Paramount Theater. They've got something called It Takes Two. It starts at 7:30 p.m. It's an evening with Lauren Kennedy and Alan Campbell. On April the 6th, Lauren is a Raleigh native who was personally chosen to perform by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Alan is a golden voice tenor with a strong stage presence. They exclude personality plus from their opening number to their charming encore. They're a part of the Wayne Community Concerts that Saturday, this Saturday, April the 6th, Paramount Theater, 7:30. I have seen them both in action. And
you know these people,
I do know them. I've seen them in action, and I will tell you, having personality does not even describe them.
Really?
No,
Oh,
they are extremely, exceptionally talented individuals who have done many, many things on Broadway in New York and have done a lot in Raleigh, North Carolina, at North Carolina Theater and Kennedy Theater and various other things. Very accomplished actors, I must say.
Wow.
And we are lucky and honored to have them in Goldsboro. That's Lauren Kennedy and Alan Campbell this Saturday, April 6th, Paramount Theater.
Okay. If you're getting along in years and you're using Medicare, of course you don't have to be getting along in years to be on Medicare, but if you are new to Medicare and if you have questions,
You've got answers for us?
I can tell you where to find them. I don't have the answers, but I can tell you where to find them. Do you want to understand eligibility, enrollment, and how to change coverage? Well, here's how you do it. Yvonne McClam is the Senior Health Insurance Information Program Counselor, and she'll be at the Senior Center the 23rd of this month at 6 p.m. to present an informal program about Medicare. Seating is limited, and in this case, pre-registration is required. Now, this again is the 23rd. Call Erin McAuliffe at 705-1785, Erin McAuliffe, 705-1785, and tell her you want to be a part of the Medicare program with Yvonne McClam coming up on the 23rd. All right?
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, guess what's starting once again at Herman Park? We haven't had it since last spring.
Last spring. I don't know.
We do it on Sundays.
Oh, we don't do it on Sunday. Okay.
No, we do it. We do this on Sundays.
Oh, it's done on Sundays.
Only on Sundays.
Only on Sundays.
And you're at a park.
At a park.
Sunday in the Park.
Oh, it's on a Sunday. And it's
yes, it's the Sunday in the Park series.
That's so funny.
Yep. It starts this Sunday, April the 7th at 2:00 p.m.
This is what?
Sunday in the Park.
Oh, yeah.
Come
That's
out
on Sunday.
Come out and enjoy free live music by Caleb Elder and others. And they'll have entertaining activities such as hula hoops, water slides, crafts, face painting, the Kiwanis miniature train, of course, and much, much more. Like local farmers are going to be there with all their goodies.
Oh, boy.
Their produce, artistic craftspeople, food vendors, and all kinds of goodies for sale. Brownies and more. My goodness. You're also welcome to bring your lawn chairs and blankets to enjoy the musical performance in comfort style and maybe even have a picnic.
Oh, boy.
That's this Sunday, 2:00 p.m. It'll last until 5, Herman Park, and this will be on Sundays throughout our spring season.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
excited to have that happening again.
That is great.
Such a nice afternoon.
Yeah.
Live music,
Oh.
produce, flowers, crafts, food, drink. Nice, nice, nice. Sunday
Lots
in the
of fun.
park.
Sunday in the park.
Thank you, Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, for heading that up.
All right. I had, that's what fell in, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
We've got the Wayne Shrine Club Spring Fish Fry coming up. This is Friday, April 19th. Friday, April 19th, 2 times in one day, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. Eat in at Herman Park Center, drive through
yes.
Herman Park, or drive through in Mount Olive on Highway 55 right across from Mount Olive Center next to Robert's Machine Shop.
That's right.
$7 a plate will get you a whole mess of fish.
Yes, it will.
Well,
And
not
it's
a bunch.
yummy.
It's a mess. That's right. It is yummy. It's you get fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies. And I think the fish is whiting. It usually is. A lot of people volunteer for this. A lot of people put forth a lot of work, and it's all to benefit the Wayne Shrine Club. Their spring fish fry again, April 19th, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. at those 3 locations. Eat in only at Herman Park Center.
Nice to know. That's
great.
coming up.
It is coming up soon.
That's right, Wayne. Have you ever thought about if you have survival skills or not?
I think about it all the time.
Do you have them?
No.
If you were out all alone on a desert island, could you
desert?
survive?
On a desert, if I could eat the sand.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
But that's
you
the
can eat
only
anything
way.
you want to eat.
Oh, okay. I don't know how long I would survive, but I would survive for a little while.
Well, at the Cliffs of the Noose once again on Sunday, April the 7th, starting at 3 o'clock p.m. They're saying, are you ready for the worst case scenario?
Whoa, that's scary.
Isn't it? Come to the park and practice some basic survival skills through hands-on activities. This program will be fun for outdoorsy people of all ages and experience levels.
Outdoorsy.
Outdoorsy people. If you like being outdoors and learning how to survive.
Oh, I do. I like
The
that.
telephone number is 778-6234. Meet at the Visitor Center right there in Seven Springs. Cliffs of the Noose this Sunday, 3 o'clock. Go learn some survival skills.
Yeah, do it. I love that place. I love Cliffs
They
of the
have
Noose.
some really, really neat programs out there.
They do.
They do.
And if you ever get a chance to go through the Visitor Center, their new Visitor Center out there, it's beautiful.
Wayne and I went not too long ago and had a ball
It
out
was a
there.
lot of fun.
Oh, we
I
learned a
loved
lot, messed up a lot.
Well, yeah, but
way it
hey,
goes.
we still had fun.
Yes, we did.
All right, coming up on the 15th is the deadline, 15th of May.
Oh, we
Is
got a
the
little
dead-
while.
We've got a little while yet. For the abstinence essay contest, participants are asked to submit their essay submissions by May 15th. This is for anyone in grades 9 through 12. It's for public schools, private schools, and homeschoolers. It is the abstinence essay contest, and some amazing prizes here. $50 gift certificate and a $300 scholarship for 3rd place. Second place winner receives a $100 gift certificate and a $500 scholarship. First place, $200 gift certificate and a $1,000.
That is awesome.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
$1,000 scholarship. That is great. And I was talking with some folks associated with this program here earlier the week, and these youngsters are great. And there's a lot of participation. You wouldn't believe how many young people actually participate in this and stick to this abstinence essay contest.
It's a good way to learn about it.
It's a good way to learn about it. It's coming up soon. And if you want to go online to WayneTeens.com, I believe it is, WayneTeens.com, and you can download an entrance form and then participate. But it's only for 9 through 12th grade.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
All right, well, let's see who's coming up next. Let's see, right? It's way down on the floor.
On the floor.
Travel and
It's Travel and
Tourism
Tourism.
with Betsy
Woo!
Rosemann. There we go. That's who's up next. Stay tuned if you want to hear what's happening in your community. Do you know what's happening in your community? Well, if you don't, we can find out today. We have Betsy Rosemann with us. She is the Director of Travel and Tourism for here in our community. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, Kim.
Well, I know you and I have been talking about all the events that we have happening in our community the month of April.
Yes, we have something. We have multiple things every week.
Something for everybody
Yes,
that covers the entire spectrum, right?
every exciting thing is here in Wayne County.
Well, give us
in
a little
April.
overview of what's happening. I know you've got a long list, but give us a little overview so everybody can be aware of all the choices they have and then where they can go to find details on all of these.
Well, we have on the weekend of April 13th, we have Pig in the Park, and you can go to the website, piginthepark.com, And that is a day event at Waynesboro Historical Park on 117 South. We will have barbecue, and we will have live bands, entertainment.
Barbecue on many levels, right?
Barbecue on many levels. And we actually have a cook-off competition. Will start Friday night. We have 26 cook-off teams.
Oh, wow.
Competing. We have backyard.
The backyard cooks.
Backyard cooks, and then we have the professional cooks that are sanctioned with
Okay.
the North Carolina Pork Council.
And everybody thinks they have the best barbecue recipe
Everybody
and
does.
that they are the best cooks. So we're going to see who the backyard winners are and who the professional winners are, and then the rest of us will just enjoy some good old barbecue.
And the barbecue will be served from 12 to 2. Tickets must be purchased in advance, and they can be purchased at the Boys and Girls Club, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce, or Waynesboro Park.
The day of, or they have to be
They
purchased
have to
ahead of time?
purchase in advance.
Okay.
$5.
That's good to know, $5. And that
Five-
includes your meal.
That includes your meal, your barbecue, 2 sides, your bread donated by Franklin Baking Company. Thank you, Franklin. And then the actual event is free.
Okay,
We'll have
great.
kids
Good to know.
activities, we'll have vendors, everything. It'll last from 9 to 4 p.m.
That's at Waynesboro Park.
at Waynesboro Park. And then the morning of Pig in the Park, we've got the Greater Goldsboro
Road Run.
Road Run, which is the second oldest in the state. It
Yes,
may
it
now be
is.
the first oldest.
I know, we've been talking about that a lot on the show, but you know what, that's kind of smart. Go run, get your exercise in, then you come eat some barbecue and enjoy your day there at Waynesboro Park.
And then the night before, the downtown is sponsoring the backyard barn bounce.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And you can dress up as your favorite,
Barnyard animal?
yes, or farmer or however.
Okay.
And we've got a boss hog competition going. We've got 5 contestants.
Oh wow.
And they are raising money for the Boys and Girls Club. Of course, all the benefits for Pig in the Park and the Barnyard Bounce go to the Boys and Girls Club. So pick out your favorite candidate. I think it's Commissioner Steve King, Kurt Keller with Wayne Community College, Bill Edgerton, Jeff Holtz, esteemed attorney in town,
That's right.
and
Matt Hood, I believe.
Matt Hood with Beasley Broadcasting.
That's right.
So they'll be stationed at particular restaurants downtown, so go down, donate. The winner, Kurt Keller, is defending his title from last
He
year.
was last year's big winner, huh?
And the winner will kiss the pig,
Imagine
the baby
that.
pig, on Saturday at Pig in the
At
Park.
Pig in the Park. Wow. Who's going to kiss that pig? We will see.
So that's just going on April 13th. I think there's a few other
That's
activities
one
that
day.
week. Yeah.
One day in April. All that happens.
And then we have coming the 18th of April, we have the Vietnam Memorial Traveling Wall. It's coming from Washington, D.C. It'll actually come in on the 18th, escorted by 100 motorcycle riders.
Oh, how nice.
And then they'll install it on the 18th, 19th, and it'll be open for the public on the 18th through the 21st. And then they'll close it up, and then on the 22nd there will be a time capsule 2, I believe, buried at the Veterans Memorial Park downtown on the corner of Walnut and William.
A time capsule. Okay.
To be opened, I believe, in 25 years.
Oh, that is
25 or
interesting.
50, I'm not sure.
That is interesting. Okay.
But we're very excited. Typically, the traveling wall brings about 40,000 to a community.
And I hear we're the only community that it's coming to in North Carolina this year.
That I know of, yes.
That is amazing. We are
So
very
it's
honored
quite
to have
an
it.
honor. And
Yes.
there will be, you'll hear more information about it. There will be activities each day.
Yes, and I know you have information on the Travel and Tourism website, and I know Wayne Community College has information on their website, and Wayne and I talk about it all the time on the show, so we're going to try to keep you very informed, because I think many people from our community will come, but there will be a tremendous amount of people from outside Wayne County and Goldsboro that will be coming to see this wall.
We've marketed in especially the military-based installations in North Carolina. If you need more information about the traveling wall, you can go to www.vvmf.org, and that's vvmf.org.
Great.
And then, after that, we have the North Carolina Pickle Festival coming up.
Yes, we do. We do. We've had several of the committee members from the Pickle Festival committee come on and tell us details. And they've got some new things
They have
happening
lots
this year.
of new things, and so that'll be the 26th and 27th of April. So I'm sure there's lots of events I may have failed to mention, But April is going to be a very, very busy
Yes,
month.
it is. So, you know, once again, if you ever hear anybody say there is just nothing to do in Goldsboro, first and foremost, if they watch this show, they'll find out there's something to do every day in Goldsboro, and they're fun events. And there's a wide variety and something for everybody, all age groups.
All age groups.
That is great. Well, I heard recently that Mount Olive Pickle, speaking of, is in the running for some big contest.
Yeah, it's with Garden and Gun, which is a subsidiary of Southern Living, and they are matched up against Lance Crackers is the best snack food of the South.
Oh, so
So,
they're in competition, so
they're
you
in
can go somewhere and vote, I believe.
I think you could only vote yesterday,
Oh,
but,
just yesterday, okay.
but we voted as fast as we could.
Great.
Okay.
It's all over, okay. Well, we'll find out coming up soon who was the winner of all that. Well, thank you, Betsy. You've given us a lot of different variety of things to choose from the month of April, and you'll come back maybe in a couple weeks and tell us what's happening, what we can look forward to happening in
May.
In May.
And if you need to get any information about events or activities in the area, you can go to our website, which is visit goldsboronc.com.
Perfect. All right, well, thanks so much for being with us again. And once again, this is what's happening in your community.
We are back on Wgtv today. That's Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us on this April
Tuesday.
2nd, Tuesday.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the tooth of the month already. Tooth and a whole tooth, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
What you got there?
Well, I've got right, yesterday I believe it was, I mentioned a myth associated with electronics.
Yes.
A tech myth, if you will. Some people believe that processor speed is the most important laptop specification. Well, ha, ho, ho, ha, that is not true. Some shoppers may base their computer purchases on the system's processor speed. But according to PC World, they say you probably wouldn't notice the difference between a Core i5 CPU that's 2.3 gigahertz and one at 2.5 gigahertz. Instead, you're better off looking at the number of cores in the processor, a 2 or 3 core. A dual core system is sufficient for everyday computing, streaming HD movies and Twitter and Facebook, that sort of thing. But a quad-core CPU, quad-core now, accompanied by a graphics card, will offer more horsepower for HD video editing or playing the latest PC games at full resolution. So when you're going out to buy your laptop, CPU processor speed is important, but there's something more important you need to look at, and that is the number of cores in the CPU.
Did y'all get all that?
Keep They know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? They know what I'm saying. I'm
All
just
right.
saying. Hey, I'm just saying.
Get the right cord. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the right one. Don't
That's
get
right.
the one that's not right.
That's right.
Right. Okay, what you got?
I have a couple things that says some surprising health dangers in your office that could potentially be in your office.
Really? Mm-hmm. Like alligators?
Well,
They're
I don't
dangerous.
know. Let's see what some of them are.
Don't let
Let's
alligators
see.
in your office.
How about a communal coffee pot? Uh-oh. Let's see what it says about that.
That's worse than alligators.
The office coffee pot is second only to the daycare centers as the most likely place to find the norovirus.
Really?
Oh my gosh!
Throw that thing out.
Oh my gosh. The norovirus is highly contagious and can be passed along by touching the infected person or through contaminated food or water. The virus causes stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, along with the fever and body aches. This is all by someone named Schmidt.
Oh, well, who?
Schmidt. So be very careful and clean out your commercial coffee pot with something. Warm water and soap or some white vinegar or something. But clean it out because the norovirus could be there. Oh my gosh, isn't that something?
That's
That's
terrible.
kind of gross.
Yeah.
Germy male co-workers.
What?
Listen up, women.
What?
I don't know, that's what this says.
Now, wait a minute here.
Sharing an office with any co-worker puts you at risk for exchanging germs, but it's more likely if your cube mate is male. According to a study conducted by a microbiologist and scientist at San Diego State University and the University of Arizona, researchers found 10% to 20% more bacteria in men's offices than in women's.
What?
Wayne Alley,
I had no idea.
clean your office.
I'll get my Clorox out right now.
So women, if I were you, I would take some back to, what do you call them, like Clorox wipes to work and wipe everything down. And men, you obviously need to.
Obviously. I didn't know I was such a bum. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. And the list goes on and on. But that's two of the surprising things that can happen in your office if you're not
That is
careful.
surprising, and I
Clean
can't
your
wait-
coffee pot and have your male counterparts in your office clean their cubicle or
You sure
office.
That doesn't say male countertops?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Isn't that about all for today, Wayne?
Well, it's getting close. Let's
Is
take a
it?
look at
Okay.
today's trivia question and answer.
Oh, goodness, that's
the
right.
trivia question was Buddy Ebsen's birthday is today. He died a few years ago. But he was quite the actor, the dancer, and had been in movies and TV, been in TV for many years, but also Beverly Hillbillies, but also did a lot of movies years ago. And years ago, he was picked to play a particular part in a very famous movie, but couldn't play the part because he was allergic to the makeup. And what was the movie?
Oh, yeah.
He was allergic to the makeup.
Drum roll. What
That's-
was it?
got it.
What is it?
The Wizard of Oz.
What was he?
Scarecrow. He
Oh,
couldn't wear
man.
he couldn't wear the gray paint.
Well,
He
how
was
about
allergic
that?
to it. So Jack Haley got that part.
What was his name on Beverly Hillbillies? All of a sudden, I've gone blank.
He was the Tin Man. What did I?
Oh, you said Scarecrow. So
Oh,
the
I'm
Tin
sorry.
Man?
Scarecrows are not gray.
I was kind of wondering, but hey.
He was the Tin Man. Jack Haley's
Okay,
part.
that,
yeah.
that I can
Yeah,
understand.
Burt Lahr was the Scarecrow, but yeah, he was the Tin Man. He was Jed
Jed
Clampett.
Clampett, that's right.
From
Ellie
Listen
Mae
to
and
the story about a
Jed
man
and
named
Grandma.
Jed.
And
Yeah,
that
Granny.
Was Granny, sorry.
That's
Yeah, it was Granny. Get it right.
And
Yeah.
you know, Jethro's father in real life was a famous boxer.
Oh, okay.
Very
neat.
famous boxer. And there was a movie about it. And
Neat.
Jethro never did like that part.
Really?
Never did like that part. He thought it portrayed him as a kind of a bumbling, slow.
Well, it kind of did.
It kind of did.
But it was
so
funny.
he never did like it, you know.
But it was funny.
But it was very funny and a very popular program. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today, and we hope you've enjoyed the program as much as we did. I know I did, and I hope you did. So let's just do it this way. Join us again every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 7 o'clock, and then it repeats again at noon, then again at 5:30. And then again some other time during the evening. But we're also on YouTube, so you can watch our programs. They're all archived on
That's
YouTube,
right.
right?
That's right. You go to the city or the county and click on that YouTube link, and it'll take you right there to all of our programs under WGTV Today.
That's right. And if you want to send us an email, just send it to wgtv@waynegov.com.
That's right.
And until tomorrow morning, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.